The young woman, Sarah, sat in her small, cluttered living room, scrolling through her phone with a mix of desperation and hope. Her mother, bedridden with a debilitating illness, needed medication that Sarah couldn't afford. The rent was overdue, and the landlord was threatening to evict them. As she scrolled, an ad caught her eye, seeking surrogate mother. Generous compensation offered. The couple's profile picture showed a smiling, affluent-looking pair. Desperate, Sarah messaged them. The couple, Rachel and Mike, were kind and understanding. They explained that they couldn't have children of their own and wanted to start a family through surrogacy. They offered a substantial sum, enough to cover her mother's treatment and secure a new home. Sarah hesitated, but the prospect of saving her mother's life and securing their future was too enticing. She agreed, and the process began. Months passed, and Sarah's pregnancy progressed smoothly. Rachel and Mike visited often, bringing gifts and checking in on Sarah's mother. Sarah's mother began to recover, and their new home was everything they had hoped for. However, as the months went by, Rachel and Mike's visits became less frequent. They'd call, apologizing for their absence, citing busy schedules. Sarah felt abandoned but held on to the hope that they'd return for their child. One afternoon, as Sarah cared for her mother, she felt a sharp pain. It was time to give birth. She called Rachel and Mike, but they didn't answer. Panicked, Sarah was rushed to the hospital and gave birth to a baby girl. When she returned home with the baby, her mother looked at her with a mix of disappointment and concern. "I warned you, but you didn't listen," she said, her voice weak but firm. "Now, you'll have to be strong and raise this child on your own." Sarah was left to navigate the challenges of motherhood alone, but she was determined to give her child the best life possible, just as she had fought to save her mother's life.